Cleo's curiosity. Cleo, a fluffy orange cat with big green eyes, roams her sunny neighborhood filled with colorful houses. Her curiosity leads her to a lush, vibrant garden bursting with flowers of all shapes and sizes. The garden sparkles with an enchanting glow as Cleo sneaks through a little gate, eagerly exploring this magical place. The magical discovery. Cleo stumbles upon a flower that begins to spin, and soon after, bright colors swirl around her. She gasps in awe as mushrooms grow, butterflies flutter, and a rainbow appears in the sky. She realizes this garden can grow anything she imagines as she focuses hard on a giant fish that jumps out of a nearby fountain. Meeting Ben. As Cleo continues to explore, she hears a soft whimper. Curious, she follows the sound and finds a shy bunny named Ben, hiding under a big leafy plant. Cleo notices Ben's lack of confidence as he gazes longingly at the flowers. When she approaches, he shyly hides his face with his paws. A new friendship. Cleo introduces herself and learns that Ben loves the garden but feels too timid to play. She encourages him to imagine something wonderful, promising that the garden will create it. Hesitantly, Ben pictures a wonderful carrot, and, to his amazement, a giant, colorful carrot sprouts in front of him. Growing together with newfound excitement, Cleo and Ben decide to spend the day exploring the garden. They run through meadows filled with singing flowers and jump over sparkling streams, sharing laughter and joy. Cleo teaches Ben to trust in his imagination as they create whimsical things like floating chocolate clouds and singing rainbow birds. A stormy adventure. Suddenly, dark clouds roll in, and the garden begins to shake as strong winds blow. Cleo and Ben look around in worry. Cleo's imagination flickers as she fears that the garden might become wild and untamed. They take shelter under a giant, magical mushroom that glows softly. Facing fears while sheltering, Ben expresses his fears about the storm, and Cleo comforts him. Inspired, she encourages him to imagine a bright sun to break through the clouds. They close their eyes and focus together, picturing a sunny day. To their surprise, the storm calms, and sunlight breaks through the clouds. The splendid sunshine. The garden reacts to their positive energy, flourishing even more. Colorful flowers bloom vibrantly, and cheerful animals come out to play. Cleo and Ben dance joyfully, feeling empowered by their successful imagination. They decide to create something even more special together. Dreaming big. Cleo and Ben sit together as they think about their dreams. Ben imagines a magical treadmill made of soft clouds that can take them anywhere in the garden. With a burst of color, the treadmill appears, and they hop on, giggling as it zooms them to the top of a hill. The view from above. From the hilltop, they experience breathtaking views of the garden. Flowers sparkle in the sunlight, and they can see all the wonderful creations they made. This magnificent sight helps Ben believe more in himself, realizing he can bring happiness to the garden. Celebrate with friends. Excited by their adventure, Cleo and Ben want to share their joy. They decide to host a celebration, inviting all the magical creatures of the garden. They imagine a giant banner that reads "A Celebration of Friendship," which unfurls across a lovely tree. The garden party. At the party, colorful creatures dance, animated flowers sing, and the air is filled with sweet scents. Ben nervously watches the fun from the side, but Cleo encourages him to join in. Slowly, he hops into the festivities and discovers he can be happy and make friends. New discoveries. As the party continues, Ben begins to suggest fun ideas too. He imagines a slide made of sunlight that sparkles and sends them soaring into a pit of soft, fluffy clouds. Cleo cheers him on, realizing that together, they can create wonders in their garden. The power of imagination. With each imaginative endeavor, Ben gains confidence, and his shyness fades away. They continue creating more magical wonders together with the help of their friends, like a carousel of colorful birds and a fountain that bursts with glittering confetti. Saying goodbye as the sun sets, Cleo and Ben sit side by side, admiring their magical garden. Cleo thanks Ben for helping her learn about believing in herself too. them in, knowing they would create more joyful memories. They laugh and run into the garden, ready to explore the magic awaiting them.